Our next guest is a big community advocate, and today he plans to share some serious knowledge with us. Please welcome back to the show real estate expert, Voltaire Lepe.
All right, there he is. Voltaire, what's up, man?
Hey, not much.
Great to have you back on the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Sharing some more knowledge with us today.
Of course.
You've got your free offer. You always have really cool free offers where people can acquire information from you for free if they're trying to learn about stuff within real estate. Today, I think this is really crucial because we have sort of an interesting market going on right now. A lot of buyers aren't quite sure what they're getting into. A lot of buyers aren't quite sure how to successfully get their offer accepted in a market where a good property's got a lot of offers on it and very competitive offers. So today, your 7 secrets how to beat out other buyers and get your offer accepted without paying the highest price.
Exactly.
We're going to get to maybe 2 or 3 of them, and then we'll give the free offer where everyone can get the rest of them.
Perfect.
So what's one of those secrets, Voltaire? Let us know.
Well, I guess we could start just by kind of explaining what's going on with the market. And,
Yeah, let's do that.
You know, when I first gave out this offer, which was in 2013 on your radio show for the first time, you know, not much has changed. You know, back then it was a crazy market, and you know, these secrets basically I've learned over 13 years of selling real estate. You know, selling hundreds of homes, and little by little you start to kind of, you know, develop. Well, a few years ago I started developing this system just from my past experience, and really the way it started was one time in 2011 I had about 30 listings at that time of inventory, and there's, you know, it was hot back then, and a lot of these were short sales and things like that. So this one property that was really hot, a lot of people wanted it. I received a ton of offers, like I want to say 30, 40 offers that were emailed to me, and all of a sudden this guy walks into the office out of nowhere, and you know, my secretary says, "Hey, we're expecting so and so," and I said no, and I walked out, and he gave me a manila envelope and he said, "Here's an offer on the property that you have listed." And I was like, "How come you just didn't email it to me?" And he said, "Well, you know, I just wanted to kind of show you that we're very serious and we want this property." And long story short, we ended up choosing his offer. And it's funny because a week later they ended up canceling the deal. And I started thinking to myself, we had 30, 40 offers. Why did we choose this guy's offer? And I started reviewing the offer, and I, you know, picked up all these other offers that I had, that we had printed out, and I started reviewing them, and I was thinking, why did we choose his? It wasn't the highest, it wasn't the best. He ended up canceling, right? Obviously, it wasn't the best. And I said, well, it's because he came in person. He walked in. So at that point in time, in 2011 is when I started kind of developing this system, how to get your offer accepted without paying the most amount of money. And long story short, secret number 1 is deliver your offer in person. So obviously, you know, a typical buyer, they're working with a real estate agent, and the real estate agent on a hot property, man, I mean, you have to go out there and ask your real estate agent, like, hey, can you deliver the offer in person? That way your chances just skyrocket. So that's number 1.
I think in any situation in which you're trying to woo the other party, it's best to do it in person. Of course. Right? Because that's what you're doing when you're buying a house. Whether you're a buyer or whether you're the buyer's agent, you're trying to woo someone else to get them to do what you'd like for them to do.
Yeah.
And so doing that in person, I think, makes sense regardless of what the circumstance is. And I think in real estate, things have gotten so easy for people, you know, DocuSign, e-docs, this day, everything's email and text. We forget the power of doing things in person, and there's a perfect example of it. So you do that.
Yeah,
now, that's part of your system.
That's part of my system, yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, and especially if there's multiple offers, you know, just know that that seller or that seller's agent, they're getting a bunch of emails that they're not checking. They're getting a bunch of phone calls that they don't want to return, text messages, etc. But as soon as you pop in person, you know, they're like, "What are you doing here?" And then you have that conversation, and you know, really, you find out the seller's motivation, and at that point, you could really, you know, tweak the offer and tailor it to where it's very attractive to a seller because you know their motivation. So that was the first secret.
First of 7 secrets. We're going to give 3 of them out today in this segment. You can get the rest of them for free by going to the website on the screen right now and get all 7 secrets there. What's the next one, Voltaire, you're going to give us?
So the next one is your deposit. What I've noticed throughout the years from receiving a bunch of offers is most deposits, they're not up to scale. The buyers or the buyer's agents are kind of scared of losing the deposit. So at that point, they put like a minimal deposit. So as an example, on a $500,000 home, if you have a $5,000 deposit or less, and there's multiple offers, kind of just start walking away already, right? What you want to do is you want to put a very impressive deposit, as much as you can, or as much as you can stomach, really. And the reason why is because the chances of you losing your deposit, if you know the contract or your agent knows the contract very well, is very, very minimum, right? Out of more than 200 homes that I've sold, I've never lost a deposit. So at the end of the day, if you increase your deposit and you hand deliver it, those two combined, they'll say, hey, this guy's very serious. He hand delivered it, and the deposit's higher than everyone else's, even some of the cash buyers. So even if you're a first-time buyer, you can compete against the cash buyers, against the conventional buyers that are putting huge down payments by just increasing your deposit and making it clear that you're very serious.
So that's like a psychological trick then, I think, right?
Right.
Because the other side knows that their chance of keeping your deposit is also nil,
Yeah.
right? But it shows that you're serious, because you have to actually write a check. That money has to go somewhere other than in your bank account. Mm-hmm. So that's sort of a commitment, even though you can get it back. So what do you say to some of the people out there whose agents, and I've had agents tell me in the past when I bought properties, just $1,500, that's all you need for the deposit. Yeah, $1,500.
$1,500, 1%, or whatever, $3,000. Basically I explained to them, when you start combining, it has a compound effect. So let's say, for example, you hand deliver the offer, you put a high deposit, all of a sudden, you're bettering your chances. Going into the third secret is handwrite a love letter. Handwrite a love letter to the seller, telling them who you are. So it's a love letter to the seller. So all it is an introduction of who you are. If you have family, who they are. Why do you want to live in their neighborhood? Why you like their home, so much. And really what it does, it gives you a connection with the seller that you wouldn't have had any other way.
So you don't tell them that you're in love with them. You just write a letter to explain to them who you are and what your family's about and why you want to buy the property.
Right. And at the
You're
end
in
of
love
the
with
day,
the house.
yeah, exactly. And sellers want to deal with people that they like. They want to feel like they're doing a service, or just like when you donate stuff. You're like, you feel good about yourself. So if they could see a photo of you and your family, and a letter that goes with that, explain who they are, they're like, you know what, I want to help these people. I want to give them a shot, even though they have 9 other offers that maybe are at higher price. And the funny part is, when I first gave this out, and a few years ago on your radio show back then, like the very next day I got an offer from someone, and it was hand delivered to my office, and the guy said, hey, a real estate agent, he said, hey, I heard you on the radio yesterday, and here's just like you like it, hand delivered offer, a love letter, and we went with them. And at the end of the day, sellers are willing to sacrifice money if they feel good about what they're doing.
It's totally true in any commerce. Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you feel comfortable, you're going to be more apt to do whatever it is, no matter what it is. Whether if it's a restaurant that costs more, but you feel comfortable there, or you feel like they have the stuff that you want or the things that you like, you're going to go there and you'll pay that premium. Same thing with this. You feel comfortable. Hey, this is a big deal. I mean, real estate transaction is a big deal. There's a lot of trust involved. There's a lot of contracts involved. You want to feel comfortable. So what I see, because I can see all 7 secrets here, what I see is a way to build that trust through showing, not talking about it, but through showing people that we're serious. We're very, very serious about this situation. We're in it for the long haul. If you can do that, that sort of changes the psychology of the situation on the other side. Is that the idea behind the 7 secrets?
Yeah, that's the exact idea. And just to give you another example, I recently had a listing in North Park. Okay, I just basically got it this past weekend, $500,000 for a fixer-upper, right? Ooh. We had over 14 offers, most of them all cash, over asking price. And what ended up happening was the person that ended up getting their offer accepted, I was thinking about it this morning, they basically followed most of these secrets that I'm telling you, and that's why they got their offer accepted, even though there were some other ones that, might have been more appealing as far as dollar amount, et cetera. So, I mean, these things work.
They work, and you can get them 100% free. Go to the website on the screen. Get the rest of the secrets. You can always call my man Voltaire. He will shoot you straight about real estate. One of the smartest guys I know. Voltaire, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else. Commercial.